about a guy who leaves his family to go in search of music and, you know, all that kind of good traveling journeyman, Bobby McGee type stuff. And then he gets homesick and he misses home and it's not working out, so he decides to come back, and 15 miles away from his home, he dies in a car crash.
We just kind of kept making suggestions for the story, like saying, what if this happens to him? What if that happens? What if he leaves his family? You know, what if he tries to go home and he dies? Like, it was just kind of more like spitting out ideas, and we ended up being able to craft them into decent lyrics.
I like it. I think the twist at the end is kind of fun.
I came up with the chorus, the idea of doing a bunch of oohs in front of Bandana Man, and then I put that on a shelf for like a long time, and then we started doing songwriting, and I was like, hey, I got an idea, so I brought it in, and we just kind of fleshed out all of the lyrics that class mod, and then from there it was just figuring out the musical aspects.
I had to create a bass line, and it was hard because I didn't know the chords, and they wouldn't tell me the chords, and so I pretty much just had to listen to it and figure out what I was doing.
Our drummer, Braden, actually, he looked at the chords, and he looked at the lyrics and came up with a verse. And from there, we're like, oh my God, we got a verse and a chorus now.
We had kind of been in like a gridlock for a while before we finally broke through with some lyrics.
So we just kept kind of working on that until it just eventually became a full thing.
That was kind of what finally got us off the ground, and he kind of shared those with me in class, and I made a big contribution to the lyrics. I think that was probably most of my work on the song was to the lyrics. A lot of the musical work was done by the vocalists and Mr. Zapak and Jake.
I think it came out really well. I really enjoyed the song. At first it was a little rocky and it wasn't really what I envisioned, but you know, honestly, I'm really happy because a lot of the people in my band who came up with different stuff that I probably definitely wouldn't have thought of.
I like it. I don't know how everyone else feels, but I like it.
For a while there, I wasn't a huge fan of it, and I think that that's part of the process of like working with other people is sometimes there's ideas that you're not necessarily a huge fan of, but compromise is a big part of writing music, and I think maybe there's some frustration in the process, but you don't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, and now that we have kind of seen the finished product, I really do like how it turned out, and I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, I think it turned out better than honestly than what I was thinking, so pretty happy with the overall product.
There's so much music all around us, and I think having that in high school and kind of giving students a chance to kind of get their feet wet and maybe, you know, figure out that they kind of have a knack for it, and honestly maybe some people will discover that they have some beautiful music to create that maybe they didn't realize and wouldn't have realized if they didn't take this class and have this opportunity.
Really, really proud of the work they did, instrumentally, vocally, lyrically. I'm so impressed by these kids, and I'm really excited for the world to get a chance to hear these songs.